Welcome to If Then Fridays. If you like this book, then you might like that book. I think this is episode 111, 112, something like that. Welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina KRS-TINA. This is where I read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music, none of that fancy smancy stuff going on here. And this is new release day. These are books that are coming out in May. And I will tell you that the original list is close to over 300 books. And I took the list, and when I first went through it, I'm like, oh, wow, there's a lot. I'm going to be spending an awful lot of money in May. There's quite a few of these authors that I want to get. And so I said, I don't want to do so many. I don't want it to go 5 hours. Because if you've watched RT Book Review Flashback Mondays, some of them went 2 or 3 hours. So I'm like, well, let me get the ones that I'll really actually pay attention to. So I eliminated all the children's books and all the teen books and all the nonfiction books and all the horror books and the sci-fi books. And I kept eliminating. And would you believe it or not, I was trying for 20. I was aiming for 20 books. I ended up with 12. So these are your top 12 new releases, fictional novels for May 2026. The Library After Dark. I'm thinking Matt Haig situation. Aria Stokes is finally feeling settled. She lives in a tiny New York apartment, works as a bookseller at a local shop, and even has a leap of faith in love by indulging her attraction to a bookstore regular Jasper. And he seems to already know her so well. As Valentine's Day surprise, Jasper gets the two of them tickets to an exclusive after dark tour of the DAEDALUS library. The grandiose establishment, famed for its immersed genre-based reading rooms and more notoriously its rumored hauntings. While Aria normally loves all things ghastly, this place holds more dark secrets than she'd prefer Jasper to know. Like the last time she was here, she left a body behind. But when the automatic door entry malfunctions and Aria, Jasper, and 5 other people in their tour group become trapped in the library, they are forced to venture through the storied rooms and hidden passageways of the Delightless search of escape, and Aria quite literally has nowhere to hide from the shadows of her past. Then this group learns there's a murderer in their midst. Janine Frost. Curse, Beasts, and Magic. Rainstone was the sole survivor of a horrific creature while camping. Her account of the attack was attributed to shock, but Rain knows all too well that her story is true. People just don't believe her. She's been, and she has the beast inside of her now. So, like, bitten by a werewolf, now you become the werewolf type situation. She's been restraining its violent urges by letting it feed on the pain and chaos she exposed to as an ER nurse, and by playing vigilante against would-be muggers at night. But when Rain uses the beast's energy to heal a frail elderly gentleman from a seemingly random attack, she opens herself to a whole new world of danger. Remington Byrne knows the wall between a realm of deadly mythic creatures and our own world is very thin. He's the warden who guards the gateways between them. He also rules supernatural creatures living in secret among us. Rainey's beast makes her an intruder on Remy's territory, but the elderly man she saved is Remy's grandfather. So what does he do? Choices. It happened one murder. Harriet Baker thought when she left Logan Island she was leaving for good, but after getting fired from her dream job magazine, she finds herself stuck back in the sleepy New Jersey beach town living with her eccentric mother and desperate to escape. And her ticket out might be murder. When Harriet's extravagant birthday party ends with a dead body, all fingers point to Sarah Albright, the troublesome sister of none other than Nick Harriet's short-lived fling from years ago that she's been eager to forget, and the feeling is entirely mutual. But murder makes for a good story, and when Harriet is told that she can get her old job back if she writes an article uncovering what really happened the night of Carter, she agrees. Will Nick be happy with that? The Summer Share, Jenn McKinlay. Free-spirited travel influencer Hannah Spencer has spent 5 years touring the country in her vintage van, alone save for her hulking Great Dane dude, until an unexpected inheritance from her pops has Hannah thinking about putting down roots in Cape Split, North Carolina, where she's the new owner of a worse-for-wear seaside beach house, or rather 50% of one. Turns out Simon O'Malley inherited the other half. As Simon and Hannah spend the summer tag-teaming repairs on the crumbling cottage, they discover it was once home to a timeless love story. Will it inspire them? Sarah Booth Delaney! And all her animals. And, what's her face? Jitty, her ghost, Jitty. She needs to marry her sheriff. She needs to marry him eventually. Private investigator Sarah Booth Delaney returns to her Mississippi Delta roots, hoping that long drives through cotton fields and the companions of her dogs will ease her restless spirit. Instead, she's confronted by a ghostly vision of a woman in white on the Tallahatchie Bridge who disappears before Sarah Booth can investigate. When the local bank president hires her to find a missing farmer, Dandy Anderson, Sarah Booth is forced to shift her focus back to the land of the hopefully still living. Danny is about to lose his family's generational farm to foreclosure and is rumored to be entangled in a secret affair with the preacher's wife. As Sarah Booth and her feisty partner Tinky dig deeper, they uncover a web of gossip, ghost sightings, and a shadowy land buyer snapping up valuable farms. So you'll be seeing that book July, August on this channel. I read a lot. Where was I? Duffy to Steph Defino for first and forever. Oh, hey! We just did sports the other day. This is football. We did baseball. If you want to see my football, check out. Are you ready for some football? I did it a couple years ago on Super Bowl Sunday. Duffy Distano loves three things for her dad: the cat, the family cat, Minneapolis Coyote football. So after she gets booed of a game and becomes the internet's villain following an awful encounter with the team's beloved mascot, she is disgruntled, to put it mildly. Eager to clear the air, Duffy agrees to an interview on a morning hit show. She doesn't expect a co-host to join her, especially not the Coyotes' star tight end. When MVP Connor Cunningham gets tasked with damage control to help his team out of the PR nightmare involving its mascot, he thinks that means saying a few words on the Coyotes' behalf. Instead, he finds himself in a highly amusing verbal sparring match with the recently wronged fan on live TV. Do they fall in love? Rachel West and the Fallen Starlet. Celebrity gossip can cut to the quick, but when it turns deadly, it's up to an aspiring reporter and a quirky neighbors to close the case in the first of a witty and nostalgic new mystery series. Baby doll top, gladiator sandals, and fully loaded iPod at the ready. It's 2008 in Los Angeles, and Rachel West is a little less starry-eyed than your average in June. There's never been a better time to be an entertainment journalist, but the road to writing glossy profiles starts with copy editing a celebrity gossip rag. But hey, it pays the bills. Everything changes when Rachel befriends Molly Byrne, former child star and current tabloid fave, due to her drunken escapades and rotating cast of boyfriends in a nightclub bathroom. Molly is found dead. All of Hollywood accepts her death as an overdose, but Rachel knows a fact: her friend was clean. So when Molly's favorite paparazzo Casper tells her he thinks Molly was murdered, she believes him. Can they solve it? Can they solve it? Oh, you haven't seen my co-host. There's my co-host. There's my Smokey. We were just talking about this. 2 library books in this top 12. Two. Well, sort of, kind of, because the guy wrote the library. And if you haven't seen my video for that, please go check it out. The Midnight Train. No one can change the past, but the midnight train can take you there. The chances to relive the moments that mean most, to see what kind of person you really were. For Wilbur, his best days with Maggie, the love of his life, on his honeymoon in Venice, before he gave it all away. He wishes he could go back and live differently, but doing so risks everything. Lady B, a Regency. Louisa James. In the death of winter, Lady Jennifer Hughes, her pet piglet, and her septuagenarian husband travel to a haunted abbey in the Scottish Highlands. Evie is excited to meet a ghost, perhaps one of her husband's 3 previous wives, but she didn't expect the funny, quirky guest to become friends she ever had, and she certainly didn't imagine meeting Sir Gothic Everleigh, a sardonic, witty solicitor who loathes her husband. Yet, as secrets and lies turn Evie's world upside down, Sir Gothic becomes the one person whom she can trust. When ghosts, multiple wills, and a shocking marriage certificate bring Lord Bernsey past crashing into his present, Bernsey promptly dies, leaving Evie free to marry. Though as a virgin wife, now a virgin widow, she is more unnerved by the marriage bed than a spectral visit. Miss Boxing Lady, Miss Friday Night Harbor Lady, Laurie Foster, The Lake House. When Pixie Nolan first came to Bramble, Kentucky, she abandoned and desperate young single mother found hope, healing, and a fresh start. With the loving support of her best friends Marlo Headings and her handsome Marnie husband Court, Pixie is now happily residing her toddler son in a cozy cottage, managing Marlo's thriving boutique and designing Firefly logo t-shirts are selling like hotcakes. The past is behind her, life is good. However, she never expected to make an electrifying connection with a summer renter, Navy SEAL, with his own complicated past. A rugged warrior with scars both seen and unseen, Brogan Rafferty arrives with an adorable little girl in tow and settles in the lake house next door. And romance ensues. Mist and Malice. Private investigator Sony Rush, the newest resident of Haven, California, knows this fog-bound coastal hamlet is every bit as dangerous as her hometown of Los Angeles. When teenager and repeat runaway Honor Butler shows up at Sunny's door with terror in her eyes, Sunny is immediately pulled into a new case that lands close to home. Desperate, hungry, and in need of someone she can trust, Honor tells Sunny a horrifying story about where she's been and what she's been forced to do. Then hours later, the forest near Sunny's cottage yields the remains of missing day laborer, a man whose wife has been searching for answers for months. Soon coincidence sharpens in conspiracy. See what happens. And our final book, Lindsay and her gal pals are back. The Lindsay and Cindy is the reporter, and she's got Lou, something like that. I forget. Don't quote me on that. The lawyer. It's Lindsay. It's the lawyer. It's the coroner. It's the reporter. There's one more. The Murder Club. 26 Beauties. SFPD Sergeant Lindsay Box's friend Claire Washburn is named Metal Examiner of the Year, but an uninvited guest crashes the Women's Murder Club party. A concerned father seeking investigative reporter Cindy's Tommy's help in locating his daughter, and she's not the only one. Lindsay's been investigating the deaths of Jane Doe washed up on a nearby beach and a young woman found in Golden Gate Park. Are the cases connected? So there you go. There are your 12 hot new releases for May 2026. And a few of those will definitely, absolutely end up on this channel. Probably July, August, by the time I get to them. If you could please check out If Then Fridays. If you like this book, then you might like that book. Star Trek Voyager recaps, Star Trek Next Generation recaps, Eve Dallas Saturday, Unboxing Sunday and Flashback Monday. If anybody has any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And help me get to 1,000 subs. Somebody, please. Somebody, somewhere. Have a good one.